What up, Dokkaners? Part EX. Could Global and JP be receiving a Part EX during the worldwide download celebration? The short answer, nobody knows. The long answer, it's possible. So today's video, we're going to be discussing why it could be possible and why it could possibly not happen. There is no definitive answer. If anybody tells you different, they are lying. But it is still something that I want to discuss because I've been seeing a lot of questions about this recently. So much so that I figured I'd make a video on it because a lot of you guys have been asking and you probably want to know. Especially after the fact that we got this during the 7-year anniversary. So for those of you who are new or not in the loop, the Part EX is basically the extra, the unofficial Part 4 that took place during the 7-year anniversary. We had Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. Before the worldwide download, this was the most hyped celebration of all time. So at this time, getting Parts 1, 2, and 3, people, I guess wanted more. So then Dokkan was like, all right, we'll give you a little bit more. And so what they would do is they would give you extra residuals of the 7-year as you start to overflow into your next celebration. So for Global, we were overflowing into the Raditz Dokkan Fest, and for JP, I don't remember, whatever JP's was, doesn't matter. So this was kind of just like, more 7-year, more content. And for the 7-year Part EX, we got the Extreme Z Dokkan Fest, we got the Reward Boost Restoration Times Shortened, and we got the LR Super Saiyan 4s, as well as the 1000 EZA Raid Challenge. So all of this stuff started during Part EX, which is about a week span. So that was a pretty substantial amount of content that we got during the 7-year anniversary Part EX. Now, this wasn't exactly something that they didn't account for. They knew this was going to happen. They were planning this beforehand, but they wanted to make it seem like some sort of like an impromptu, you know what? We like you guys. Let's just do this. Let's give you some stuff, to give the illusion of boom, more content. Boom, they're very thoughtful. So could they do that again? Absolutely, they could. And there are a few signs that could suggest that very fact. So let's go through the why it could be a thing. So starting with the next event that's coming up, which is probably the last one that's scheduled, and that's Chain Battle. Chain Battle set to drop in about 2 days on the 26th. That is really not the way you'd maybe want to finish up a 7 or a worldwide download celebration. With this being really the final thing that's left, kind of doesn't seem like a nice way to kind of bookend the celebration. So this could be the start of something more that drops, because this is about a week long. So this will kind of stick around while they maybe introduce something else. So there's the first sign. Then the next thing here, if we look at the login, so the login for the worldwide download, we start on the 25th of August, and we are set to conclude on Sunday, which is the 2nd of October. Now, what's weird about this is that this is 3 days noticeably shorter than last year's worldwide download celebration. If we look at last year's, from the 25th of August until the 5th of October, that is when the celebration lasted, which was 3 days longer than this year. Now, every single year, dates change, everything shifts forward by a day. So dates are obviously going to be different, but still a 3-day difference between last year and this year seems kind of substantial. So another possible rationale for a Part EX could be that they are going to simply extend the login by a few more days in the, under the guise of an impromptu decision, by maybe as we approach the 28th or the 29th, where we've got about 4 days left over, they will then be like, you know what? All right, we love you guys so much. We'll give you a couple more days. So if we were to get that around the 20th or 29th, then we would add those 4 plus that extra 3, boom, 7 days. And that basically fulfills the same sort of duration that we saw during Part EX during the 7-year anniversary. So there's another point towards, yeah, it could possibly happen. Another one would be this. The SNS campaign, the social media special campaign. You guys have been seeing this throughout the 7-year or the worldwide download celebration, where you get this little speakerphone icon on the middle right side of your screen. You click on it, you either go to Twitter or Line, you come back, you get 2 stones. There is still one more of this that is set to drop, and that is going to be on the 27th of September, later on that night for me. So for most of you guys, it'll probably be the 28th. So could that potentially be the last date that could also be happening at the same time as some other major marker during the worldwide download? It's possible. We've had some overlap in the past, not exactly to the T, but close to it. The 8th of September was around the time that we received Part 2, which is when that whole meta cooler thing started. And I don't recall where this is the day that the worldwide download started. So it could very well be that the 27th could coincide, at least within the same 24-hour ballpark, of another part to the celebration. It's possible. And I think a lot of people are probably holding on to this one as like their last, glimmer of hope. to potentially get a Part EX, because Part EX could then contain maybe a new EZA, maybe some sort of a new event of some kind. But now what works against this theory is the fact that there is no Zenny Galore campaign date that is slated to match that. Actually, wait, I don't think we're going to see that here. We're going to have to look at the campaign details. So let me pull up the campaign details real quick. Shout out to the new Dokkan Wiki. It's so easy to just look through this that I don't even have to pull up my game. So let's scroll all the way down here. Actually, wait, Zenny Galore campaign. I think I just saw it. Zenny Galore campaign. So we had the 2nd of October, or 2nd of September, 9th of September, 13th of September, 22nd of September. Now, these are not counting parts 1, 2, 3, 4 of the worldwide download. This is literally just the various components of the Zenny Galore campaign itself. There have been 4 different instances during this 3-part celebration that we've been given EZAs, which is why there's parts 1, 2, 3, 4. But according to this, there is no extra part. Now, they could retroactively change this to accommodate a new possible EZA that drops, but at the moment, not seeing a date here kind of then, brings us back down and think, you know what, maybe we're not going to be receiving a new EZA. Because during Part EX, if there's no EZA, what else really is there to have during an extra part, right? There's really not much they could give other than maybe a story event. But then if they're going to give us a story event, it better be a good one, and it doesn't really usually work out that way. So yeah, Zenny Galore sort of, I guess, soft deconfirms that. And I believe that's the main thing that kind of works against it. And then there's one more thing here. So the maintenance dates, we've got 2 maintenance dates here. This one actually kind of works, I guess, for and against, depending on how you look at it. There are 2 separate dates here, which number 1 is very unusual. The first one is set to drop on the 29th at 7 p.m. for me. Doesn't matter when for you, but whenever. And then it's gonna conclude 3.5 hours later. 3 hours and 40 minutes later, I might add, which is very strange. And then the second maintenance is starting on the 2nd of October, 6 p.m., which is about 2 hours after reset. And then it will conclude at 11:30 p.m., which is 5.5 hours later. Now, this is also strange because this is happening 2 hours after reset, meaning we're maybe still going to be possibly in the current celebration, maybe? It could be a data download that helps us set up for the Resurrection F celebration coming up next. The 29th, the mini data download that we're probably, or maintenance period we're going to be getting here, I have been told could potentially be maybe something to do with an update. I believe JP has an update where if you were to activate the 79% marker in a unit's build, you get this little animation where the gold skill orb activates. On JP, you can still move around freely as that animation resolves, but on global, when that happens, you are frozen solid. You can't do anything until that animation concludes, which, if you know what I'm talking about, it is a very annoying thing. So I believe that could potentially be part of, or maybe some sort of component in that mini data download, sort of giving us the rest of the quality of life updates that JP has received to sort of catch us up. And then the main data download would happen on the 2nd. But again, if it's going to be happening on the 2nd after the new login, we might still currently be in the worldwide download. So, there are signs that point to yes, there are signs that point to no. All in all, it's anyone's guess at this point. It all depends on how hard you believe. If you believe hard enough and you think hard enough, then your dreams will come true. And I think a lot of people are hoping for more stuff during Worldwide, because this has honestly been a pretty eventful Worldwide download celebration. So getting a Part EX can only possibly be a good thing. Obviously, it's not going to be a new summon, but it could be something else entirely. And that is what I have to say. Do I think it's going to happen? I didn't before. Now that I've been seeing all this, I feel like I'm going to say it's like a 60% chance it could happen. Yeah. You know what? I'll say yeah. It's not confirmed. I'm just going to say I'm on the side of, yeah, I think it'll happen, but we'll find out for sure soon. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments, what do you think is going to be happening for the rest of the Worldwide Download celebration? Do you think we are going to be receiving some sort of a Part EX? If so, are we going to be receiving an EZA story event? What sort of signs do you look at to sort of make you think for or against this theory? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know we're going to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.